Okay, I have 5:32, calling the meeting to order.
Alrighty.
Let's have a roll call vote, or a roll call, I guess, name.
Eliza Dieterich.
Kathy Halloran.
Azana Jackson.
Michelle McDonald, D. Tomaso.
Mary Brenner Hines.
Carrie Alfano, Board Liaison.
Gina M. Racanelli, Staff Liaison.
Okay, so do you 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have a phone, so
You know that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, here's a question. Well, let's not do, we'll do this later.
Yeah.
We have 1, 2, 3, at least 4. According to the notebook, we have 9 people, and our quorum is 5. And I discussed that with Matt. He said, we have those 2 young people. It's 7 and each younger. But this is no. It says our quorum is 5. So I'll have to adjust that because Asana can't vote. So, but anyways, let's move on here, and we'll do stuff. Okay, so we have some public people here today. If they want to make some public comments on agenda items, anybody? Nope.
May I just interject for just a second? Did I hear you say that you do not have a quorum?
I do not believe so, but it's confusing.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
So, you can have this conversation.
You just can't vote.
You can't make any, vote on
We're only
anything.
voting
Yeah.
on.
Well, hopefully
money
Kathy will show up.
Yeah, oh yeah, then if that happens,
Yeah.
then we're good.
And then we're okay. As long as Kathy shows up, we're okay. Or
Okay.
Kimberly, who nobody's met.
You got another agenda for this gentleman?
I do.
Yeah,
Anyway, I just wanted to,
Yeah, we just can't
we
vote.
can-
That's all right, Jan.
yeah, you can talk. We're here.
Cool. We can chat.
Chat it up.
Okay, so not on any agenda items, so do we have any public comments on non-agenda items? Who wants to?
Well, all flew up at the same time. I can talk if you.
Sure, start, we'll take your name and,
So,
then Kathy will.
I know, but I gave out, when I wrote his name down, I gave out my agenda cop. Oh, you
you can
got it.
have it back.
I got it, that's me.
Wait.
No.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah,
You can tell
give that to me.
I think he's got it memorized.
Oh,
Okay,
here.
so my name is John Drogas.
I gotcha.
I'm actually part of the Economic Development Commission as well. 2 things that we brought up in our last meeting. The first was the farmer's market. We were trying to get a farmer's market to come back similar to what we had in years prior. We're looking at trying to get that started by next year, 2026. We know that there's a lot of planning that we need to go. Start at a small scale. Still don't really know exactly where we're going to want to have it, whether it be at Cortese Park or at the train station. Those are the 2 areas we're looking at. But for the fund committee, we would be looking for, inflatables, kid-related activities, stuff like that, we could bring in the community to not just have, shopping, but also could stay there and congregate
Are you
as well.
thinking monthly, weekly?
Still, it would be probably weekly over the summer, obviously weather dependent, so.
Okay.
And because we just got into this a week ago, we haven't really fully dived into it, things that we're gonna go and we're gonna look into other farmers markets in the area, try to, gauge things like that.
So Elmhurst Farmers Market, we've been a part of for a lot of years, and they have moved this year.
Oh, did they?
It's not going to be on York and Villette. It's going to be in
Okay.
a very random place, and
Okay.
I don't know how
Is
it's.
it still ECRC parking lot? Because I heard that, but I didn't hear it confirmed.
Yeah,
That's the spot?
Yeah,
for
I
this
think
year?
so.
I was poking around online trying to find confirmation of that the other day. 'Cause
Yeah,
I heard
they
it through my
sold it.
church's rumor mill.
yeah.
Oh,
They did
okay.
sell it. It's not at York and Villette anymore.
Okay.
That's confirmed. So I think it's going to be a struggle. So I think Villa Park having one is a great
Yeah,
idea.
and those are the things too, is also, we don't wanna compete with other
Right.
local towns as well, so what days they're gonna have them,
Yeah.
stuff like that. We need to do more research
Well,
into that.
Jack
as well.
Kozar last year or the year before, he was setting one up. And almost to the point of where it was gonna happen, and then the people that were organized it through the farmer market people dropped out. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can reach out to you.
Touch
No, that's
base
good
with
to know.
him because he was really gung-ho about it.
I'm here representing the Villa Park Chamber of Commerce. I'm Kyle Sutton, the executive director. I don't know if you did that before. I took a meeting with JP a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Where we sat down and talked farmers market and some other topics.
Yep.
And my understanding is that the Lombard Farmers Market is organized and run by their Chamber of Commerce. And I have contacts within the Lombard Village and presumably extension through my contact there, contacts with the Chamber of Commerce. So I'm under the impression they're all friendly and cooperative. I can probably pick their brain about sort of the mix of organization and maybe some of the easy points and the tougher points. And
Right, the hurdles.
so I am here at this meeting tonight. That is one of the things that I'm here to participate with is the farmers market conversation. So
Perfect.
And then what you need, or what are you looking for from the Fund Commission?
So, family-friendly kind of activities, stuff like that.
Okay,
you know.
so for us to set that up?
Yeah, that would be the thought, yeah. So nothing, obviously we're looking to the future, 2026, but it comes in quicker than we'd like to think, So something to keep in the back of our minds to try to get fully incorporated,
It's on our radar.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then the other item is a food truck festival. So looking to over by the pavilion, over by Standard Meadery, in that area there, we would have food trucks lined on those two streets. Similarly, we would be looking for maybe some bands at the pavilion, any type of inflatables or kid activities as well for that as well. But also very new topic, just beginning, figuring it out, don't know dates. Probably won't happen this year. It may happen this year. We do have trucks that we've reached out to. We do have a list of people that have shown interest.
Do you
as
know
well,
what kind of dates you're thinking roughly?
It would be over a weekend in the summer.
Fall, summer?
It would be in the summer.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, but that would be another thing that we would just need to kind of not conflict with anything in the area as well, because obviously the taste of Chicago, people going to Chicago and don't want to go
It's
to a food truck
very
festival.
hard to find time.
Time, yeah.
So,
Right, so-
time is of the essence too.
Mhm.
Get
So
together.
that might be another thing that.
Maybe that's our autumn
Just
jubilee.
let you know.
Yep, oh yeah, I know. Definitely, very much so.
Yeah.
Cool.
But-
Okay.
I have one quick question.
Yep.
Does Elmhurst have theirs every week?
Yes, on Wednesdays.
And
And it's May through September, I think. June through It's long.
Okay.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, I mean, it would be probably similarly the long lengthwise as
Yeah.
far as the days would probably be during the week as well.
Yeah, during the week's good. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that
Mhm.
are available during the week.
Right.
And you have to be there like 6 a.m. to 1
That's
if you're a
the,
vendor.
that's the hard part, is
Yeah.
getting the amount of vendors to come and be committed. One thing that we were talking about is having nonprofit organizations helping, set up and take down to lessen some of the load of the vendors as well. But,
It's pretty easy. Those
Yeah.
vendors can set up and take down really quick.
okay.
I would say it's more you can have some switch out booths too.
Mhm.
Like say you have the library come every other week.
Right.
That fills it in.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
One place I would suggest to look is in Oak Park. I don't know if you've ever been on a Saturday to Oak Park.
I've never been, I used to work in Oak Park.
Yeah, they have, it's pretty well known in the western suburbs, but it is more of a, I know that it's done in a church parking lot,
Okay.
and they do have a community feel, and they have they do music. They have a little small group, and they transfer the groups in that come, and it's strings and guitars and
That's fun.
yeah, and ukuleles, and sometimes it's the kids do that, or they'll bring your fruit and jam kind of thing. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, more information we could find out, because we're just beginning, so.
Didn't we used to have it by the bird rescue over there, Villa Park?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
It ended right when I moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
it was
was a
on
cool
a
spot.
Sunday from 9 to 1 or something
Yeah.
like that. And I
Mhm.
think there were 3 or 4 tents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty small, right?
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
very
think I
small.
remember seeing it either.
I thought it was right in front of the meter.
Yeah, it was Park Boulevard, west of Ardmore.
It was,
Yeah.
okay.
I thought it was
Here again, we moved to town right as it was
It's
going
closing.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were all ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to speak? No? Okay. Now we have, are there any amendments to the agenda? Anyone want to add anything? We do have, let me tell you that Kathy Maywood has shown up, so we do now have a quorum according to the 9 people, so we'll have to adjust that at some point. Donna, you holding? No? Okay. Anybody? No?
I do have a question about that, because Kimberly has not been here, and she's been sworn in. And from what I thought, originally, you had to come to a certain amount of meetings before you could even be sworn in?
That was our rule.
Okay.
We kind of said.
Okay.
It would be good if you came. So
Okay.
you knew how.
So you knew what was going
you
on.
did and what you were getting involved.
Okay, and then
So,
if you miss how many meetings, you're no longer on the commission?
I believed it was.
Isn't it
2.
3?
I thought it was 3.
3? Okay.
Okay, because we're at
I
2,
have this thing here. Yeah.
so.
Was she
and-
sworn in before the last one?
Last one, she was already sworn in.
No, I didn't have her down.
She was
Her
sworn
name
in.
was mentioned.
We can check with Cheryl,
She
but I think
was-
Cheryl had
She was
said-
on our agenda on the board. I don't know that she was sworn in though.
No, I just,
I thought she was before the last meeting, so maybe we need to clarify that.
thought she was also.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
I'll
Just 'cause
I'll
then we
check
need
with Cheryl the specific thing.
Move along it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Nobody wants to change anything?
ready
Well,
to kick
okay,
her off
we're
before
done.
she even gets kicked.
Okay, so let's move to 5, consent
Okay.
agenda, and that's our minutes of the last meeting.
I did my best.
If anybody hears me doing something wrong or I'm not doing it right or whatever,
I'm
Gina.
paying
speak up.
attention. You know, the only
Speak up,
thing,
Talking to you,
because
Gina.
I'm
the only
trying-
thing, when I wrote date and time for kites and kicks, and I never wrote a date down, I mean, a time down, so I know we had it
I just did
Sunday.
the same as last year, I think,
But
like
I-
we do 11 to 3
Yeah.
last year, so.
All right,
that's-
I'll kind of add that amendment then,
Okay.
because I really,
Okay, so when everybody's.
okay,
done,
11 a.m., 3 p.m.
yeah,
Okay, I'll
So
add
we
that.
can,
I think these look beautiful, Kathy.
Really?
Mm-hmm, they look great.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I'll,
you.
vote to.
They're just saying that because no one wants to be the secretary, so
So
they're
you'd
just
like- okay,
being kind to me.
you have to make the motion.
Sorry, motion to approve the minutes?
With the change. Yeah,
With
with the change,
of
adding the time
for
to the kites and kicks.
Second.
Okay, so we have, and everybody's approved that? Yes, do you have to vote on that?
Just all in favor?
Yeah.
Everyone
All
who
in favor?
approves, Say aye.
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 Yeah, okay, so that's passed. Okey-doke. What's next? We have, okay, now is our business, okay. So the first thing is A, which is the budget, and everybody should have a copy of.
You know, I gave mine away. I didn't know that.
Oh, you can have mine.
There you go, I've got
We
one.
have a couple,
Everyone Okay.
a couple more little packets here, or one more little packet.
Ended up with 2. Yeah.
2 more packets if somebody needs a
I have
copy of the
that?
budget.
Oh.
Okay. So that's just FYI, so when we're
There were 2, I
talking
guess.
about our events and we can move this money around a little bit if we're not gonna need it for one event, we can move it around. But we did get approved for $10,000, and that's an awful lot of money. And the big thing that we need to really think about is the Autumn Jubilee, because that's half of that. And that's, we're starting from, I don't know if anybody wants to do it the same way, or if anybody has any other ideas, if we want to do it more towards Halloween now, or, but think about it, because time is ticking on this, and that's a big chunk.
We picked a date.
Yeah, we did pick a date for it. So we'll have to decide how we want, I mean, are we going to do it on the Prairie Path, because we'll have to get a permit for the Prairie Path. There's a lot of things that go into that. So I've had a few ideas, but that's not really on the agenda right now. So
Yeah.
we will make sure that that is on the agenda next
For March?
as soon as possible, the next
Okay.
meeting, so that we can get that rolling. So if anybody will think about that
Yeah.
and get some ideas. So that's the budget. And now we have B, update on Where's Lucky, and I'm gonna have Eliza take care of that because she's been working diligently on it.
Kathy's done a lot of stuff.
Kathy's been helping, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Michelle's helping.
Well, she came in with the hats. I was expecting a dance. I don't know, like maybe.
I just thought we could put this at each venue and then people could put their slips in there, right?
Well, so we've got boxes for the slips because they
Oh,
do have
okay.
information, so we want them kind of secured.
okay,
But
okay.
can I make the baskets out of these?
Yeah,
Can we
of
make the
course.
Oh,
baskets
that's
out of these?
neat.
That'd be
That's
so
a neat
cool.
idea.
Okay, fabulous. Love it. So fun. So VPRC is gonna get one. Oh, it goes on this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
The
PRC,
rec center. Let me just
the
guess.
rec center.
Right.
All right.
That's what that is.
Start using
I've spoken to
acronyms.
Gina about it.
What the hell is VPRC?
Maybe it goes on this.
Only the best thing
No.
that happened to Villa Park in a long time.
Ah.
And then who have you talked to?
There we
I
go.
talked to Mortadelli.
Okay.
And I talked to Canine Connections.
For what?
And then the rec center. We need one more.
And Michelle's talked to the,
Scuba Center.
Oh, good.
because we kind of wanted something that was not in the same area.
Right.
We want them all over. So that's cool.
Kind of spread out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Which
did-
this is. I think this is great.
Did we get a Mortadelli's to let us do it? We're gonna-
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're excited about it, yeah.
And
The
you'll
Canine
take the
Connections
two
too.
boxes and the two Luckies to Mortadelli and the rec center.
Right.
I'm sorry,
Oh, right.
Mortadelli and
Canine
Canine
Connections,
Connections.
right.
And
We
then
have 4?
Gina's got the rec center.
I'm
and she's
working on number 4 with the Scuba Center right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you just let me know if they say yes and you're in
Absolutely.
So the other-
Florida, just let me know and I'll do it.
I can reach out to you,
Perfect.
absolutely. Thank you.
Just email me and we'll get that. So that's cool. And then Kathy came up with some amazing limericks for
I don't know how
Facebook.
amazing they are.
They're
but
great, I love
I have, yeah, okay.
They're great. And then we'll get pictures. So if you go there, if you can just get some pictures of the places.
Oh, Canine Connection? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
So we like to post them and kind of not so obvious, so then
Okay.
people can kind of guess, ooh, where is this?
Okay.
So some kind of random shots.
Inside or outside?
Both.
Okay.
Like when we did Perry's, I did one from looking out onto the street.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know,
You
just
might
some,
not want to have like their sign. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
That
place
might
close
make it
something.
a little harder. Yeah.
yeah, cool.
And when do
That
we do
works.
this? The first?
March 1st.
Okay.
We'll start.
So
Yeah.
you are going to post on Facebook?
March 1st.
Will you do that? Because I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, no, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you, and are you going to do updates?
Yeah,
Like-
I'll
Okay.
update. Yep.
Okay.
So I got that.
So what's with the limerick thing? How is
So
that go?
kind of like pictures
Clues?
and cute clues about where Lucky is.
Is that going to be
Yeah.
on Facebook or is
Yes,
that going to be in the,
Facebook.
in the places?
Do you want to hear
Facebook.
some?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
They're really
I'm
cute.
not a poet by any chance, but
I think you might be.
Yeah, you are now.
you a poet? Yeah, no, I'm not. So excited when I get stuff from Liza.
May I ask a question while you're looking for the? So I'm sorry. Would this go by the office? This part?
Yeah.
And then
So when somebody finds Lucky, they tell somebody at the front desk maybe, and they give them the thing
the
that you're
thing.
ordering
Yeah.
to fill
Right.
out,
Okay.
and then they put it in there.
They don't
That's
take a picture. Like, what if they come in and say, "I found them"?
Yeah, then you just give them the little.
But then
the
they gotta
little
put their
thing.
name or else.
Yeah.
What if they lie though?
What if they lie?
Then they lie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Then they know, but from the clues on
I'm a
Facebook.
firstborn. I'm all about rules, so
Sure.
I just have to ask.
No, but from the clues on Facebook, it hopefully come in saying, "I know Lucky's here,"
Oh,
because we're giving them clues
all
too.
right.
So either way,
Okay,
So
gotcha.
just
Yeah.
say where they found Lucky though, right?
Yeah, it moved around. didn't
as long
it?
as they go and.
Well, they
and-
go in the
But if
box.
if they're gonna say they found Lucky and they don't have their name, they have to find the box.
No, they
Well,
just
they'll
tell
also
somebody
be
who
at
works
the-
there.
at the front
"Hey,
desk, so-
I want the thing for Lucky.
But Lucky
Alright.
might be working out.
Well, Lucky could be all over the place.
Might be at open gym.
Yeah.
With
Lucky
a
could be
pickleball racket.
100%.
There's a lot of things Lucky can do.
Lucky's gonna be all over that place. Taking some cooking classes, hopefully.
Yeah.
So he's going to move.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
Oh.
walking by Lucky and you say he's been here for a
Yeah.
couple days, take him and move him someplace
Yeah.
else.
I think you should stuff them in a locker.
Oh my God, it was so cute. Or just a hat sticking out of the locker. Or like a leg.
Oh, so he's gonna move around. Good idea.
I love it.
I hope no one's.
One little leg out of the locker.
Has anyone ever taken a Lucky
I mean, I can't find the other three, so. Where they are. We laughed all day, we're like, I can't find Lucky. He's gone.
He's gone.
We lost one, RIP.
R.I.P. Do we need to find 3 more?
No, Gina's gonna order them
Oh,
for us.
Order what, more
Literally can't
Luckies?
find
Was that what I ordered?
Two, yeah, you ordered 2 Luckies.
They
lying about
don't
finding
look like
them.
this, actually, so.
Yeah,
They don't look like that?
You guys are just worried about
They're a little
lying, they're
different.
stealing them.
yeah. I'm not, it's okay. We wanted to make names of the box. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
The
so
line.
here's, so each one would start out with looking for lucky question mark. The first one. Forgive me. Tired of the snow and cold, looking for a place to go to run and jump and even play ball? Then try the new center that's fun for all.
There you go.
Cute.
Yeah.
Right?
Number 2.
That's great.
You don't need a name like Kelly if you have an empty belly. Hurry on over to our new deli.
Cute.
That's cute.
Right?
And then the last one is, are your dogs lonely and need some affection? You do well to follow direction. Take them for fun and puppy confection where they can play and make new connections.
So good! Okay, now you need a scuba one though. Yeah, you got something to do this week. Hopefully,
Get some candy.
Fingers crossed. So that's what's going on with Lucky, and we got our cute baskets all.
I like it, yeah, I think that's great.
Nothing worse.
Cool.
Very good.
Perfect.
I had these for the last meeting.
Okay. We good with Lucky?
Yeah, I
Cool.
think everything. Anyone have any questions about Lucky?
Sure.
No? Okay. Update for the Prairie Path cleanup. I did contact Ken at the Prairie Path, who's in charge of it, and informed him that I would be in charge of it, not Leslie, that's left. Kathy, your name is still on.
I know, that's fine to be on,
Yeah, and I was, Eliza, would you want to be on that, or no? On the email information from.
Sure.
It's in April.
Sure.
I can call him and have him add you. And
Do you have a date for that?
it's the 26th of
April.
It's Saturday, and it's from 9 to 12.
the time there.
And people do have to register. And that's another thing that, Eliza, I wanted you to be on that so that when we got that information, which I actually do, that we can put some things on Facebook about it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put our calendar on there as well.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I have a conflict that day.
Oh,
The only day of the year.
That's okay.
So I can't do Prairie Path cleanup.
Well, you'll have to do that on your own then. You can do the other one. You can do that.
I'm going behind the scenes at the Lyric Opera House. I'm so excited.
Oh.
So much fun. Yeah, so I can't give that up.
I have that
Very cool.
information for you.
Yeah.
But I lost it. But I can get that to you. It's just a simple website.
What
And
day
you
was
have
the
to
Prairie
go
Path
and
cleanup?
register.
Yeah.
26th
Just to
of
be
April.
And we'll have a list then. So Ken's really nice. I haven't talked to him for we know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. Now an update on kites and kicks. Eliza, you can start with that if you have anything.
Oh, no, I have not started with that at all.
Okay, well, I
gotta get through Lucky.
I have got,
Mentally.
we got the permits. Well, we turned in the permit for the Rotary Park. We ordered the party van. Hopefully we can get that. I talked to Dave, so this is kind of up in the air. I talked to Dave because he had said he would still work with us, and so I said, "This is the dates." But we'd love you. And he says, "That'll work for me." So I think we're going to have to just keep on top of that. And I would, if somebody knows anybody that does DJing or just to play music on a music thing, just be there to take requests or something. Asana, she was good with the microphone last year. So, but anyways, Dave said he would, but it's kind of early for Dave to actually commit.
Yeah.
So I want a backup, just in case he can't make it.
Dave used to be on the commission. He's a DJ.
Yeah.
And he also has a band, so Dave's a good one for the band.
Oh, perfect.
But he moved to Elmhurst, so he can't be on the commission. He still helps us out.
Okay.
That's who Dave is.
And I did check about the application for putting the banners up. Judy has to get back to me
Okay.
on how that works.
Okay.
We'll probably have them at gazebo because we don't have the IRS center anymore. So, And I thought I sent an email to Candace regarding the library van, but I can't find it, so I think I'm gonna have to send it
Do you want me to
again.
email her?
Oh, yeah, I did, but,
Okay.
I'll email her again.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I did want to, I kind of looked, my computer person that helps me with all my computer stuff is ill, so I don't have the smarts that I usually have because Bob helps me, do all that stuff. But I know we need more kites. So that's one of the things, if we can just put, we can see if we want to do something with the logo on it, which we were going to do
Goodness.
before. What?
Which one?
You okay?
Well, we're gonna have the baby shower for Lauren June 8th, and I didn't even think about this.
Oh, it's okay. It
What,
happens.
you didn't think about kites and kids?
Before your baby shower of your grandchild? The audacity.
Holy cow. Well, we
And
can
I'm
say
the-
the grandchild's gonna come before this.
Mary just told me earlier, family does not come first. That's what she told me when I walked in.
Oh my
Well,
God.
not for I don't know how we do anything because nobody can come to this, nobody can come to that, nobody.
Just kidding, it's
Hey,
okay.
stop.
There's
Time to kick balls.
totally
We'll be
plenty.
fine.
We'll work on
Liza,
this.
that's not Liza. I have to take over the.
It's gonna be at my
Nobody
sister's
else knows
house.
how to play it.
We're good. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. We're good.
at you, David.
This is our fourth time. So I was thinking to the hot dog guy, which
Yeah.
he said he wanted to do it again, and maybe we can, I did sort of investigate before we knew the dates, maybe like a cotton candy cart. They make little carts where they'll come out, and it's simple, but it's a sweet and a hot dog, and maybe can have some soda or something.
Yeah, I mean, we do
Coolers or
have a
something.
good,
So.
decent sized budget, so I'd like to maybe do a
Right.
food truck as well.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You can be in charge of the food.
And they
I
can,
sure will be.
like, if we can get vendors, they're allowed to, like, there's a gelato guy in town that, I don't know, like, how many vendors are you looking for?
We really,
Potentially.
for Kites and Kicks, we really do like a food and like a sweets is what we've done.
pretty
Last year was
small.
just a hot dog,
Yeah.
gentlemen, and then we provided ice cream, but we had a much smaller budget last year. It's a little bigger this year, so.
Okay, so we are providing it for them. It's not like a,
No, you pay. They
Okay.
pay.
The food
People
truck,
pay, yeah.
before we would do food trucks, the first time we had a couple food trucks, but we would search around and look for ones that didn't have a low, a minimum. And now, because we have a budget, we can get somebody that will guarantee because
Right.
we've given them a minimum.
Fair
And
enough.
we got burned a little bit at
So-
Autumn Jubilee because a
Right.
couple of people that didn't have minimums just didn't show up.
oh, okay.
So I'd much rather have someone with a minimum, put the money in, and then there's
Yes, yeah.
Get
guaranteed
a little more
food
skin
there.
in the game.
Yeah,
Right,
for
right.
sure.
So
So,
it's a little bit different now, but, we put them in the parking lot of Rotary, so it's not like, can have 10, it's a
Yeah,
little
like
more
one or two.
intimate, it's a little more just, kid-friendly stuff. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
except for
Could we have the
Dave,
lobster guy, or no, that guy is for Autumn Jubilee if we had him?
we couldn't have him, we could have him every day, people like lobster.
Yeah.
If he wants to do,
Huh?
it's a smaller, it's
I
a
don't eat
smaller
lobster.
event.
Well, they
so,
still have the lobster.
yeah.
kids can eat their hot
Parents,
dog.
that's right.
Yeah, if you've got one or know somebody or a sweets one too would be good. Whatever.
Yeah, so if you have any
Some
ideas,
different.
Around it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some different.
Liza's in charge.
And do I
of the
present
foodie
that to Mary
stuff,
then?
'cause she's
Or
done
do I
that
just
before.
shoot that on the email?
Just email everyone.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So that's what, we've got the place.
Are you
locked
doing ice
down.
cream then, too? or
I don't know, if we
no?
have I took that ice cream, it was rough because we couldn't get the cooler open.
Yeah, we'll do-
And
probably find a
We've had
sweets
ice
truck.
cream twice, and it's always melted, so
Maybe
if we have a truck or whatever, that's fine. But I don't think we want to do it ourselves.
No.
Besides that
I
Gordon
agree.
Food place, and
Closed,
it's
yeah.
gone,
Yeah.
so,
It's
just
was a
hard.
budget thing.
yeah.
So I'd
it's
much
just-
rather have a minimum with a sweets truck and a
Yes.
food truck. And
Yes.
go in.
Right, right.
We really
You
don't. It's
went
not
through a
that
lot
big
of
of an
work.
investment.
Right.
We have
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
you did, you went through a lot of work.
Those people that make those mini donuts, especially at the Oak Park, I was thinking about that, or farmer's market. Those donuts are always a sellout. They're so good.
Well, we have a date, so if you want to contact anyone, it'd be great.
Yeah, and just
I
get,
have
and
no
then,
idea.
and then we'll put that on the agenda too. We'll decide who we want.
What's the date then?
Probably can't.
That is June
June 8th.
June 8th.
At
11
Rotary
to 3
Park,
at Rotary Park.
from 11 to.
Yeah, I should put that too,
3.
Rotary.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
okay, so then we got that. Anything?
It's on a Sunday?
It's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on a Sunday. It's the end of, it's the end of
school,
school and
yeah,
the start of
beginning of
summer.
Perfect.
event.
Yeah,
is
it is.
perfect.
That's our thing.
I could be there at some
Okay,
point.
so
I'll be
now,
there at some point.
E, I had, we want to approve some money being spent on things. And the first thing is, I had Eliza price out more business cards for us, stickers, and magnets that we
And-
give out.
And just to clarify, this has come out of the promotions and advertising budget. So
Sure.
we have a budget for that.
Yep.
Okay.
Goes
So
out of there. So I don't even have one.
it's hard to see. This is our logo. We love VP.
Yeah.
So it's stickers, and some shirts too for the new members. So anywhere from $4 to $7 for shirts. We'll need 3 or 4, depending on again what happens with the newer members. So it's a $30, $40 investment for shirts. It's nice that we know people know that we're there in charge of the event because we're wearing the shirt. So
I
to
like
find
the
someone
shirt.
who needs help, it's nice, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a perk of
It's a-
joining.
It's a perk of joining a commission, and we all
having a
look,
shirt.
yeah, and we all look
you know?
cohesive, so.
If it's worth that to you, join. We'll give you a shirt.
And I do make them, so it's really just
Yeah.
the t-shirt and generally I
I
get
think Bo makes
the
them.
vinyl, like
I
Bo makes
I
them.
live next door. I see him in the basement.
She got child labor done.
Shh, don't put that on record. And then business cards, so we have business cards with our logo, and on the back you can write your name. So if you meet somebody or like you go to the scuba place and you want to give them your info, we have those. It's 250 of them for $33. Pretty easy.
Do we have any available right now, or?
Mary, do you have any business cards?
I do not have any.
Yeah, I think we're all
I think
out.
it might.
Do you have,
Okay.
will there be a QR code?
Like 5 or 10 would be
Do we
even
have
perfect,
a
just-
QR
Because
code?
We paid for a QR code, so yeah, the QR
Oh,
code.
I got
goes-
enter to win.
Oh, we need those. Thank you. You got more of
I
those?
got
I
my
can show
bird.
you what they look like,
This
but
looks
I
like
think
it.
there's just 2 or 3 of them in here, so. And I was told the QR code didn't work because I did try it. So
Well, I remember I renewed it, and we
But you
paid for
fixed
that.
it, yeah.
Pretty sure
and
I
crossed
do.
them out. So this is what they look like.
Okay.
But the
And,
QR code goes to our
the
social
QR code
media.
will be on.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that goes to Facebook.
yeah.
So we'll be putting that on all of our stuff. our
May I keep
flyers
this one,
and
or are you
everything.
saving that?
You can have that
Okay,
one.
thank
Yeah, I'll get you
She's
some
making
fresh
more.
ones as long as we vote for it.
I think I need
Um,
one.
You have
As long
one?
as we
Okay,
vote for
because
it.
I'm looking for mine. I know I have some.
Okay, so we got that. And then we've got stickers, which we like to use as giveaways for our events if we have booths or anywhere we're at. So 4x4 stickers, 6x6 or 2x2. Whichever size we like. We can also do like 100 6x6 stickers is $198. And 100 2x2 is $70. So if you want to go smaller and bigger, if you want to do like a combo, I do different colors, whatever we want to
Can you
do.
mix up the colors?
Hmm?
You know? Because I was thinking it would be kind of cool if now we get a refreshed order of this. And in our, maybe to like, do colors, you know? The 4th of July parade, we'll have the red, white, and blue ones to give out. And whatever, we'll pick out a couple colors for our kites and kicks. And do that so that they're related to the a certain event.
Right. Well, then I'd have to order them in 50s of each.
Okay.
Because I can't really do a
We
mixture.
could go through 50 of them.
100%.
You know, in 5 minutes, actually.
So I guess how much, we have to figure out what's the
Well-
budget that I can't go over.
Well, we have to know generally how much it's going to be. I mean, we could say, yeah, it's, if you have, you know,
Well, you got
So I
not to
do
go
$1,000.
over $500 or whatever, you know.
Well, we have 1,000 for promotions and advertising. So what else would we be using out of that for the year?
We do What do we have here?
They do flyers or?
Well, the flyers can come out of the events
Mm-hmm.
thing. We have summer festival
Okay.
concerts in the park. We put some stuff, 4th of July parade. I'm looking for the landscaping awards, $150. So we had decided that we were gonna make something that they could put in their yards.
Yeah, we thought
So
yard
it's gonna be
signs,
more
right?
than that.
I have not looked into how much that's gonna cost, but we can go to that guy and he can help us.
Can we go to that guy?
Why not?
The printing guy? He's all graphic arts?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
What do you-
Just making sure
Well,
he's all
I've been told that has been,
cleared up and we're
that's
good
been
there?
resolved.
Okay.
Are we talking about the invoice?
Yeah, he's all
Okay,
paid
good.
and resolved
It's all resolved.
Cool.
It was my fault. I
That's
made a
okay.
mistake.
We're all
It
human.
happens, we all,
You know,
we all make decisions.
it was just kind of, we were moving and things, it just got crazy.
Oh, that's cool. So he's cool, we can talk to him.
Yeah, they seemed very, I called, I
He seemed like a
emailed.
nice
Sweet.
guy.
Yeah, we took care of it, so.
Okay, that's great.
I was just surprised to get emails from certain people.
So, but it would really be great if I can pay for things as they happen, rather than, you know,
He said he told me that he had a account with the village. He's like, I got an account with the village.
what he did, he used to print our brochure, and then he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. So I don't know if he has an account with another department, but he doesn't with Parks and Rec.
Okay.
So if you just, tell me when you're going, and I'll be expecting then for him did
To
he
reach out?
email me the invoice, or did you guys
No,
email?
he did. He said he was going to
Okay, yeah,
handle
just
it.
have him, do that, send
Okay.
it straight to me, let me know when you're going, so I'll be looking
Yeah.
for it, and,
Okay.
Is
And-
this Sir Speedy or a different?
No,
no,
graphic arts.
graphic arts.
Yeah.
Okay, so, do you think, like, let's say 50 stickers per event, 1, 2, 3, 4 events, so that's $200 for the little giveaway ones. The bigger ones are how much? Or, no, I don't know why I got 50, because you said you had to buy.
4x4s are $88 for a 4x4
For 50 of
sticker.
them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's 100 is stickers of a 6x6 is $200.
Well, that's adding up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stickers are expensive.
They are. But they're like water bottle stickers. They're nice ones.
Well, the nice thing about them is we keep using them. They'll
Yeah.
last for 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
I mean, they've lasted what we had, probably longer. And I might have a few floating around
Yeah.
in spots.
So if I stuck with all of this for $500,
Not to exceed.
not to
What about
exceed
the-
$500 for
What
the
about-
shirts, the business
The
cards, and the
shirts.
stickers.
Okay, so we haven't done anything with the magnets.
Well, we won't do many.
Maybe we just do
Okay.
stickers.
Okay.
Because
Stickers
magnets
are more
get
popular.
Yeah, that's fine.
expensive. Yeah.
Question, what do we do for Joyful Traditions? So there's 500 in the budget for that?
Yes. It's 500 for Joyful Traditions.
That's a lot.
What do we put the money in for? Like, what does that all go into?
We had coffee and donuts.
Yeah,
Or
coffee,
cookies.
donuts. Yeah, I think it's a lot, but
Yeah, that is a lot,
Mhm.
so.
it's at the end of the year, so I guess we'll see where we're at.
But that's just, giving out
They might
stuff,
need a
so
lot
maybe
of
we-
stickers.
We could do stickers too, I don't know.
Perfect. So
Okay,
I guess
so-
I'm throwing it out there for the promotions and advertising, stickers, shirts, and business cards not to exceed $500.
But
How's everyone?
Sounds reasonable.
So to put that to a vote,
I make an emotion that we allow Eliza to order shirts, stickers, not to exceed $500.
I second that.
And Kathy seconds it. Is all who
All in-
approve, say aye.
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 That's in, don't want it? Negative? No? Okay, it's passed. Okay, so Eliza can spend
okay.
not to exceed $500. That doesn't mean we can't get more, but we'll have to vote again.
Okay.
This is where you are for now.
So this is beginning of the year.
Right, right.
Merch.
Okay. So
And
now
then-
we can, I guess we can, I didn't amend this on the agenda, but we were going, since our folding table was from Leslie, we were gonna have to get another folding table to match our tablecloth, but Eliza said she has some.
Plenty.
She has a 6-foot table,
Really?
so we do not need to spend money on that.
And I have 2 or 3 at home
Okay.
as well.
good.
Perfect.
I don't, that's why I said we gotta get one. Okay, and now the next thing is kites for kites with kicks, or kites and kicks. Now, we could get some that had a logo on it, or we could stick with the same solid color ones if we wanted to, and we could do something like
But
last
stick-a-thon.
time. Yeah, last time they colored them, or we could do something like write your wish on your card or on your kite, you know, or some specific thing to decorate it if we wanted to do it now. I did not do anything, I guess this is probably premature here,
Yeah.
just to get some ideas as to what we want, how we want to do it, because obviously it costs more to put the logo on.
I just feel like, are people keeping them? Like,
I don't think so.
I don't
they're
think they
the
do.
best kites, but maybe they would if they had a logo on them.
I think
Yeah.
that we should let the kids like decorate them because I know if like they have a logo, it's kind of just like, oh, like I don't know, like if you like littler kids, it's like oh, a logo, like oh, it's a logo.
Mhm.
Let me scribble over it. You know what I mean?
Doesn't mean anything
Like, and
to
I feel
them.
like if it's like a prompt like do your favorite wish. Like we could have like something like draw your like favorite Disney princess, like or
Yeah, well, if we
Transformer.
prompted them with a theme,
But,
you know,
like,
yeah.
a dream or a wish or whatever, or your favorite cartoon character,
Yeah.
sure.
I feel like a prompt like what's your dream or your wish. I feel like if we're like you're aiming for littler audiences, like they're not
Well,
gonna
you
be
can have
like.
more than one.
I mean,
Just
someone's
make
dream or
one.
wish is normally just gonna be like, I want to be a firefighter when I grow
There
up.
you
That's
go.
a great
Or,
wish.
I don't know what I
Great
want to be when I grow up. You know what I mean?
I like it though. I think I like them decorating it because I think it's a
Yeah.
nice part of the day too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's
But
nice
I-
to have a place to.
Yeah, but I like getting a little bit nicer kites.
Yeah,
Spending a little bit more money.
I think so.
Well, we'll have to see, because
Because,
you go from the
you know-
plastic to polyester, and so
Right.
you go from like
A dollar
$1.50 to
to-
$3-4 a kite.
Yeah, well,
So we'll have to see, how many do we think we need?
I don't know.
100?
and maybe it's first come, first
You
serve.
figure a
Well,
lot of the
that's
kids
the
only
way it
use it
always
one
was.
time, you know? but
Right.
Yeah,
I-
well, the polyester ones might last longer, and might be able to take home.
Right.
You know, I'll just say that it's a wonderful thing, kites with kids, and I love it. I mean, just picture 500 kites in the air every year for 5 years, and, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of them get up 12, you know. I don't know if it's the tree line, or if you have to get up, you know, 20 feet above where it's blocked, and a lot of them don't make it, so.
2 years ago, it was really windy though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were some that got up that.
Yeah, that's what you need, or a
A
bigger
nicer kite.
kite.
Or nicer kite.
You know,
when they
that
brought
a
it themselves.
$25, $30 kite that somebody brings, because they can bring their own kites too if they're an aficionado.
I still think we
But,
go a
so-
little bit upgraded with the
Okay,
kites.
okay, so we'll do
And
that.
just maybe
We're
we
not gonna
limit
do
it.
a logo. And are we thinking about 100? Is that a good quantity? Or
Maybe we limit it to the first 30 get a kite.
Because that first time, we just got them at Dollar General, Dollar Tree.
What kind of
Now,
numbers?
how many we've been using the last couple of years, though?
Well, they'll give out, I think we gave out 50, 60 of
Right,
them, you know,
50, yeah.
they come by.
Okay,
Then
then we don't need to
save
go
them for the
100
next
then.
one.
No.
So you're talking, I think the first time we bought them, which was a couple of years ago, it was like $200 or $300 for, I think, 200?
Mhm.
200, if we want to get some better.
Can you price them out for next
Yeah,
time?
I started, I just didn't have a date, so I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Maybe we do like 75
do a
or
logo
something.
one. I'm not, whatever if we find some that are gonna be a good value.
'Cause they are all
A little
gone,
bit better, we could keep them.
Yeah.
And just give them out again next year, and then we don't have to buy
Oh,
them.
I see what you're saying.
Have them
Okay.
turn them back in?
So are there any
No.
numbers?
Give me
that
that
went over
kite
there
back,
last year?
kid.
I don't.
It depended on what we had left, because we each gave them all out.
We just give
And that
them-
was
We
the
need
second
that for next-
portion.
we need it for next year.
We
Yeah.
said we bought the 200,
Oh,
so that's what we had, so.
Probably 100.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we want to do 100, we could give out 75, that's fine, but then we'd have to keep doing it every year. If we want to do in advance,
Right.
This
yes.
might be,
Sure.
this might be a different perspective in operating philosophy, you know, for a fund commission versus a chamber of commerce. But is there any thought given to having either like the Chamber of Commerce or a couple of businesses sponsoring the kites, paying for the
Well,
kites for
I
you?
thought of
And then when they're
that.
given out, it's an opportunity to, I mean, I'm just thinking from our model as the Chamber of Commerce, like that's how we do things.
We thought of
Um,
sponsors,
So.
well, I've thought of
and,
sponsors.
Like, we've been trying to move our events from just like sponsor the event to like sponsor a specific thing at the event. And as I'm hearing you guys talk about the kites, it would be too late for this year, don't get me wrong. But like, I just, sit on the outside of the circle and think about differences in operating models and how we are like approaching how we do these things. So that's just my 2 cents on the topic of the kites, because I think the idea that somebody walks away with a kite that could be flyable for the rest of the summer, even if it costs $5, 5 times 20 is 100, 5 times, it doesn't get super expensive.
It adds up, but it's, and we have, we started out with $3,500 budget.
Right.
And in like 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
3 years,
Right.
we're at $10,000. And our mindset is very hard, because that's not, at least for me, that's not what I wanted to be. But it's just getting that way. And sponsorships are great things, but it kind of scares me. But if it was a Villa Park business, if you could get some, that would be great. I'm looking from the perspective too of before we would use gift certificates from local businesses, $25 gift certificates for the yardscape winners. And I don't think we got any last year or the year before. People were like, no, I don't want to give you $25. And I'm like, okay.
I feel like then we're out
Thank you.
fundraising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
But-
totally understand your
Yeah.
perspective.
It's something to think of when we
Right.
have a $50,000 budget. Just kidding.
Yeah, I think
it's
it's
a good idea.
yeah.
And we do have some other events
right.
that are coming up that might be just right up the alley for that.
Right.
I thought of sponsorships for other things that we want to try and do, if we still want to go.
Well, and I like to think in terms of like giving our members or giving potential sponsors something tactile and translatable that isn't just like, oh, you give us this money and then we say your name once over a loudspeaker. It has to be, there has to be sort of, both
think of an
people
idea.
benefiting from the relationship
Yes, and
and
do we
from the
want
money
to?
spent and the whatever.
Yeah, and Kites and Kicks so far has been a, what do I say, it's been an event rather than a, what do they say? Some people like to go on vacations and do that stuff, and other people like to go and buy a beautiful
An experience.
painting. An experience.
An experience versus an event.
And it's an experience, it's a, welcome summer, school's over, this is what we're gonna do all summer. But, yeah, I think it's a good thing to try and get that in. So working with you, you can help us with the verbiage and who is gonna take care of
We
that
could
stuff.
ask the dispensaries, and they could say, you could be high as a kite.
There you go. There you go.
And Kathy, you thought you brought nothing to the,
We like to homes, and now look what we did. That's out of the bag.
One wing is Mikey Sal's, beverage depot,
Asking
other
for
wing is
friends.
Candace Gun
There you
Roseville.
go. There you go.
Love
There's
it.
Kids and
plenty to go around.
Love it.
it's so funny.
Okay, so that, we're just gonna table that one until I have more information.
Are
Now
you
that we know what
interested
we
in
want.
having that conversation though in general? Because I can start asking staff I can start asking Manager Harline about what that might look like in the future.
Having
What,
sponsors?
fundraising?
The sponsorship from the
Sponsors.
chamber and having
Sure.
that dialogue. Do you want to start opening that up? You can discuss it, you don't have to make that have that conversation now, but.
You could, bring it
Because
up.
I don't know what the details might be, and I know that when we've talked about like donations and,
Yeah, where's
Gina,
it
you might have
different
something to
thing?
say about that,
Gina?
right? Like,
So, we request sponsorships for Brewfest, we do it for Summerfest, and various other, the concerts that are at Cortese. And there is a finite number of businesses in the community. We even feel like sometimes some of the events are close to one another, so if someone's gonna, sponsor a $1,500 for one of the bands at the concert, we might not get them to sponsor at Summerfest. So I think as as a commission and it's part of, with the rec department being part of the village, I think we probably should talk about how we're going to, proceed, because there is a finite number of dollars and a finite number of businesses,
Right.
and who's gonna do what, when.
And that does open up a financial thing, like when you start doing, I don't want anything to do.
It's like Rob
No
Peter
offense.
at St. Paul, right?
I don't
Yeah,
want to be keeping books and this and that and the other thing, because
Our
That's-
swim team, the Mariners, they have a fantastic group of parents. I mean, it's unbelievable that, what, they're able to recruit volunteers to run swim meets. And one of the things, I know, one of the things, but not everybody knows. So one of the things that they do is they work with different businesses for sponsorships, also. So, but they do it as like a booster club,
it's a lot easier to get
which is
someone to-
which is great. But then it again, here we have this group of people that are doing this as a booster club. The swimmers are registering through the village, so because it's a village program, and I'm sending out requests for sponsorship, or other people on staff are. So it's just something we need to be mindful of, and how we proceed, so that we're not hitting the same businesses all the time, and we're being thoughtful about that. That's all that I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Spread the love around.
The way I look at it is we have a budget, and our job with this budget is to throw kites and kicks and provide kickballs and provide kites and provide some food and some music, and I think that's what is appropriate use of our budget. And I would rather spend the time planning that than going out and getting shaken down for some cash. And I like with the gift certificates, I like buying them from Villa Park businesses. I think it's an appropriate use of the money, is to support the businesses and then send people in there to shop.
I'm not trying to discourage you. All I'm saying is, I think we need to work together so that we're not doing things on top of one another.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go out and fundraise. You know what I mean?
Well, and
either.
also, as your board liaison, I think that your approved budget, not even really being questioned, it was supported, and so there's value. Like, the board sees value in this for the community. So I think that that's something to consider as well.
Yeah.
If we did reach a point where we had something, maybe we could, like just an example, we have the kites, and maybe somebody could sponsor putting the logo on it.
Right.
We bought the kites or something.
And I
don't know,
see things
kinda
from the
early
perspective
for that.
of, we have members at the Chamber of Commerce that pay their dues to both support the community and then to have recognition in the community that they'll feel supported on the back end. So we need to do something, I don't necessarily have to go out and shake down for individual kite sponsors or logos. We have money that we, some years more, some years less, but we're an operating nonprofit that we can't take a profit. So there's that money that something has to be done with. And even if I'm not supporting my individual members by putting their individual names on things, if I'm putting the Villa Park Chamber of Commerce name on things, all of my members feel represented, because that's the type of representation that they're buying into. I want to live in a community where when somebody comes around and asks for something for the community, as a small business owner, I want to be able to open my wallet, because I want to know that if I support this community, they will support me, and we will gain a more benefit from working with each other than anything else. So I totally get the executive director role of the Chamber of Commerce. I get shaking people down. I totally understand what you're saying. Like, you don't want to do that. But I'm saying I don't really like to do that either, but it's kind of built into my role. So let's work together. Let me do it for you.
Love it.
I was saying.
Love it.
That's why I'm.
Twist our arms.
I was thinking this might be the best way to work for our new autumn jubilee, to work with you for that.
I'm showing up to these meetings starting last month because I want to work with you guys at anything that we feel like there's synergy on. And some stuff there won't be, and some stuff there will be. But you don't make friends overnight. There has to be a little dance. There has to be a little back and forth. We'll figure out what we're doing. We'll figure out what you're doing, and we'll figure out where we can help each other out.
Yeah, cool.
So, okay.
I
Thank
feel like
you.
if we don't take advantage and listen to this guy, it's gonna be a missed opportunity.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I mean, I hear what you're saying, like you
said.
said, that you were nervous about sponsorships and stuff, and I certainly hear what you're saying, and I respect that we wouldn't keep hitting the same people over and over again. But what, to Eliza's point, if we could spend $5 on a kite and get a really nice one, not this year, but if somebody were to sponsor really nice kites, that would be cool. I mean, that would be a nice thing, I think.
And add value to the experience and to the event, something they can hang on to and use all summer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
No problem. And just to, one last point, we're talking about farmer's market for next year. I keep saying to people, I'm still in my first year in this role. Give me 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Figure this out, get settled into the seat. Because I feel like so much of this, monthly meetings and quarterly reports and annual events, it takes time.
That's a lot.
Right, and we are starting from scratch on the autumn festival, so, sort of, I don't know.
Give us some time on that.
So, but I do think if we want to start, we could start now with the, well, I'm getting off tracks here, so we don't have a lot of time. But next time we'll put that on the agenda remember I told you that idea where we take every business that is in the commerce and stick it in a box or a hat or something and pull out and see if it's something viable. Whoever gets pulled out this week or this month for June, July, and August, and Halloween and holiday, that's where we'll get our, it's a non-favoritism way of picking who's going to get the gift cards. We're going to do the gift cards from.
Oh.
So that I thought had that idea. So
Yeah, we were talking about that after the last.
Yeah, that's how we'll do that. But those are summer and fall things. So we'll have that down and we'll put that on the agenda next week. So it's a start to. We can even print something, Chamber of Commerce, and as we give them out, this is Chamber of Commerce member, Mortadelli's, whatever. So we can work that way with that. So that, in my mind, that's a thing that's done.
Their ball is still in the air as terms of membership.
Yeah, not everyone's a member.
Well, no, that's why I said we have to get from him.
But
whatever.
if non-members see members making traction in the community, all it takes for a non-member to become a member is a simple email and a sign-up. So, I've been warned by other people in my area to make sure that I'm deferring to my members over non-members. And I'm constantly pushing back to them and saying, yes, I realize that. I have to defer to non-members over members, but any Villa Park business, or honestly, any Lombard or Elmhurst or Addison business that has customers or does commerce in Villa Park is a potential member, and I can't leave them out of the conversation either.
Yeah,
so
I don't
as
feel
much as I do
comfortable,
need
yeah.
to defer to my members first, if I can treat my members correctly and provide value to my members, that's how we'll flip the others. So,
Right. So
and like I said, the ball's still up in the air on
there you go.
Mortadelli. He's my neighbor, he's right around the corner, I'm over there bugging him all the time. But we all know that's a complicated situation politically, so.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the things we're doing, like Lucky and everything, is not, we're not limited only to chamber members.
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying
some
that.
things we
I'm
are,
saying-
some things we are.
Yeah.
I can't put a non-member logo on an event to let them sponsor it. If you're gonna sponsor an event that's a Chamber of Commerce event, you would have to be a member to do that. But I can go set up public office hours in Villa Park, who's not a member, and I can sit there with my laptop for 3 hours and conduct business out of their business and order my coffee there and wave to people and glad hand.
I want something that, and this made sense to me. So when Mortadelli comes and says, well, how come you've never bought a thing from me? Well,
No, but then you're right, there is something to
there
that.
is a way
But you-
that we have gone about
Yeah,
this
yeah.
that is logical and at least honest.
And you're not wrong there. There is something to that. There does have to be a line, but it doesn't have to be, it can be a gray line. It doesn't have to be completely black and white. There's some things that have to be black and white, but if you make everything black and white, then the people who are, they say, why should I be a member? You don't care about my business in Villa Park. And I say, I do care. I care so much that I want you to see how we treat our members, and I want you to, yeah, it's, It can get complicated, but it doesn't have to be, especially in a town as small as ours.
Well, that's for another day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that is the end of our business. We have now commissioner comments, and Kathy, do you have anything?
Oh, no.
No?
I still love the rec center. I go every day.
Okay.
Tells every meeting.
Ditto from last.
We'll write that on there. and we'll stick it on. Okay, Eliza?
Gina,
Yes.
these items are not, I will be paying for these and getting reimbursement. Is that okay?
What items are you?
The stickers, the t-shirts,
Oh.
the,
I mean, you can,
There is a form.
you know,
and if-
Yeah.
yes, you can.
okay.
Yeah, I
It's
have
just,
copies.
you know,
or it's-
is
I
it
think it's
possible that I
online.
pay for them? So you don't have to be out the money?
Do I have to call you for your credit card and then?
Well, are you buying them all from the same place?
No,
Oh.
the shirts are coming from a different place than the stickers and, yeah.
So how much, oh, you're spending up to $500. I've worked for the village for a long time. We do get reimbursed if we spend our own money on something related to an event and so forth, but it is always, they've always said, we much prefer that you go about this so that the village can pay the fee. So I'm passing that along to you. If it doesn't work out, then, I mean, is it possible for the whatever businesses you're working with to invoice me?
Probably not because they're internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
One's SNS Activewear, which I have an account with. They're cheaper shirts.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, is
Okay.
always, you know, we have,
I know it takes longer. but
do you
that's
have a
okay.
tax exempt letter?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's expiring in March. I just got the new one.
Okay.
So
I need
will
a new one.
Yeah, I
Perfect.
can email that to you. I'm gonna
Okay.
write myself a note right
Perfect.
now.
Can you send me one too?
Yeah, I was looking at you, gonna
Okay.
say, would you like one too?
Yes, I would, and if anybody wants one, it's simple, just make a copy, so we can
Okay.
get you a copy.
Email.
of that to take
Yeah, I
with
just
you.
got it last week, because it
Yeah.
expires in March.
Yes. Okay, is that it, Eliza?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Asana?
Asana, you got anything for us?
No? Kathy?
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay, there's that, and now we have our liaison, chairperson, I have none, I made them up. Already, village board liaison.
I do. I only have one thing. I was asked to pass along from Deepa. She came up with this idea, brought it up to me about something called a super volunteer, where we would be kind of like you when you recognize the lights and you recognize the landscaping awards. This would be that you recognize people, the unsung heroes or the underdogs who are helping out.
Our awards,
We did
like
that.
we gave you that award, and we gave,
Yeah, you like created this. That's how I got
Yeah.
onto the Fun Commission, was
Yeah,
for helping
so-
with the trees.
yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, we used to for a while.
Cold that day.
For a while,
Yeah, we
there,
did.
we were making cards too. We were giving people
But
cards.
she said
and
for
stuff,
like,
so.
for, to recognize people who are really doing that, because we're seeing like random acts of kindness all over.
Well,
And
I
to maybe
imagine then we
encourage
should.
that.
Is this something we would want to put on Facebook, or I mean, how it somebody's.
Yeah, how do we get it out
nominate
there?
Somebody's
Discuss
gotta
it
give
in
us
the
this
next agenda.
information.
Put that in next agenda and discuss it then.
Yeah. Super
Perhaps,
volunteers on the next agenda, maybe?
Okay.
Not to give you anything else that you need to, I mean, if it were,
Well,
I'm an
it could be
elementary
either, it's
music
just-
teacher, so I would be like a gotcha. I'd be like driving in my car, like, gotcha, thanks for being awesome. Like those types of things. But, and like, come to the next meeting and we'll recognize you.
We're gonna try and do that with our stickers. We were gonna have everybody have them in their pocket and say, here you go.
I think
Great.
that, I don't see
Nobody
anything
goes
wrong
anywhere
with that.
anymore.
That's how you catch people doing random acts of
Yeah.
kindness. But-
Well, now that it's above 30 degrees again, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everybody
Although
keep that in your
go
mind as to how we could do
Okay.
that, and if we have to have people nominate or whatever. Because that is how you were, and Jeannie.
That's how I was recruited.
Yep, so, okay.
Roped in.
Recruited.
Okay, Gina, do you have anything?
I do not, thank you.
No, okay. Anybody want a motion to adjourn? Can I motion to adjourn? Can I motion?
Usually it's someone other than the chair.
I motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I second.
6:30.
I don't know if it's a rule.
Yeah, and who's gonna second?
I seconded.
Okay. Okay, meeting is adjourned, and it is
I
6:37.
forgot something. This doesn't have to be part of the meeting, but I did confirm that your quorum is 4.
This is 10 years.
That's right.
It's written, it's in the municipal code, that it
The
is
handbook is
4.
wrong then, because in the handbook it says 5.
It says 5?
But
Yeah,
I
I
think they
think-
took into account, and this is what we had talked about on the dais, was I think they took into account the junior commissioner.
Yeah, because the junior commissioner can't vote, so you can't,
So it's really 7.
yes,
And not 9. So it's 9 members total, but only 7 voting.
correct, which means it's 4 for quorum.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry I said that outside of the meeting, but
Okay.
you know it now for next time.
Does it matter how many people are on the commission to then have the quorum? Does it change? I thought that's what we thought it, like, upped.
A certain percentage, if
Right.
you've only
Yeah,
got 5 members, then
Well, then your corner.
So if we have
In
9?
order for you to have 9 voting members, you would have to, there'd have to be a change that was made officially, and I believe it would have to be through ordinance.
I think we did.
We did not change that.
So now we have 7, right?
We have 7 members.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 6.
And then we have one more that's pending.
Who is that?
We have pending.
Is it Carl?
My dad.
Is it Carl?
That's
Okay, well, geez, we closed the meeting and we should have.
Eliza did some.
get him sworn in.
Well, we have to get them on
He's
paper.
pending.
Car, C-A-R.
Oh, that's right. Details.
We're working on that, but
Yeah.
it's a slow process.
They have to, Kathy, they have to be here anyway. I'm like, why aren't you coming here and have a voice?
In charge.
So, I don't think this is yet, but I just did a survey today at school thinking about
Yes, I should have.
Yeah, I've talked
putting
about
lights over the trees.
I said, oh,
I'm like,
Who's that other guy?
I saw that. I'm proud of you.
Harry, you're working on it. Who's that other guy?
I am working on it. I sent it to him, he confirmed it. Now, since you didn't hear anything, I'm gonna send it to her.
I don't know. They asked me,
And I'm just gonna be like, hey, we had our fun commission
I don't know if the
meeting.
fun commission, like, it was, so we did like a private survey. So then they had another survey about like if you had a job, and then
It's the process, right?
It is the process, I mean, it's the procedure.
yes, and I was like, well, I don't really know. And I was like, wait, what?
And then tomorrow morning, I don't fly until 6 o'clock tonight, so I'm literally going to be back over there tomorrow morning first thing.
Yeah, and do you want to take a picture of what it is?
I would love to.
And just show them, this is it?
I didn't have, I don't have my business card yet, and it was a little awkward representing myself without.
And then that's what,
Cool. Here, let me take a picture of that. Otherwise, if you don't mind me reaching past you, Kathy. So you got your grandbaby shower on the way?
Yes.
We just had ours on